Hey guys, it's time for a brew. I've come to the conclusion that brands don't really matter if they show up on your camera because, well, I'm advertising them because I like them and I want to support them because I like them and I think you guys should try to like them as well. So, yeah. Rolling Rock. No, I am not 40 or 50 years old, as I've heard some people say, because I drink this as a beer instead of the Bud Light, Coors Light, blah, 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 all the different beers out there. This has been my favorite ever since my buddy turned me on to him. It's fantastic. It's light to where it doesn't taste bitter and weird, but it's also heavy enough that it gives enough flavor. I mean, to actually have flavor to your beer and actually have this, I don't know, enjoyment, whatever. Words, guys. This is all I've drank tonight. I promise. But it's a better experience when drinking this. If I drink like a Bud Light or something, it's just water. I mean, when I was a kid or teenager, whatever, a group I used to hang out with, it was a fun group, but just drama, and they had an exchange student come into the group for a week or so, and so he hung out with us as we had our little parties and stuff, and they were all kind of wild and crazy. I kind of stayed out of it. If it got too wild, I kind of just wandered out, right? But they had an exchange student, and we got around the age. I only hung out with him for a couple of years. We got around the time where people started bringing beer along, and it definitely was a worrying thing for me, being the good little Christian boy that I was, and still am, pretty much. I don't get into drinking a lot. I drink for the. I'll get there. One thing at a time, right? But this exchange student, he was offered a beer, and he's like, "Oh, well, what do you have?" And I think he was German, so I'm not going to try to do an accent because I don't want to offend anybody on that. So they're like, "Oh, well, it was Coors or no, it was Budweiser. That's what it was. Plain red and white can Budweiser." And he's like, "Oh, I don't want that. It's just water." Oh, okay. And then, of course, they're all like, "What? What? You don't like beer?" Just a crazy thing. But their stuff over there, like lager. I mean, it's heavy stuff, and they're used to like Guinness and stuff like that. Well, our stuff sucks. So I kind of started to agree with him. As I drank different beers growing up, I finally said, "All right, well," but he said, "Hey, you should try this." All right, I will. And it just has such a good flavor to it. I don't know. It just tastes good. It just does. So anyways, as a little thing, I was trying to get, transition into that. I don't drink a lot. I really don't. This is probably the first beer I've had in 2-3 weeks? I don't know. Whatever. I don't drink a lot. And if I do, it's one or two, and then I'm off to Mountain Dew, water, whatever. I'm not a big drinker. I don't like getting drunk. I've done it once, maybe twice in my life, and it's no fun. It's absolutely no fun. And I don't get into that. I'm not in the partying scene. It is a Friday night, as I'm recording this, at just about 11:15, and this is it. This is what I do. I either make a video or I'm playing StarCraft or whatever. This is pretty much it. And there's really no point to sit here and drink my sorrows away. I don't get like that. I'm fine being alone. This is not a big deal. So I more or less want to get out to you guys so you can know that if you are an introvert, which I watched a nice little TED Talks video about introversion. It was brilliant. That's another day. I don't want to make this video too long for you guys. So, anyways, I was trying to figure out all the things that happened, and today I remembered I went for a bike ride, and I was like, alright, it's a little chilly, definitely windy, annoying. I hate when it's windy when I try to take a bike ride. So, I get to going down the road, and stinking bugs. One little bug right into my eye. Here's the funny thing. That bug was good at flying until he hit my eye. But I had a hat on. This is my simulation of a hat because I do not have one nearby. And I also have my glasses on. So I have, my glasses on, right? He somehow flew right here because I know he came in above. So my glasses might have been down a little bit. They slide down my nose a lot, right? I'm going to stop doing this because this is really annoying and uncomfortable. As he flew right in between. Or he had a deflective shot and he just like right down the eye. And it was like, but I being the talented driver I am of my bike, it's like, ugh. It's annoying. It's annoying. So, that's the thing. So we had volleyball. Had a volleyball league game last night, and it was windy again because we were at a home game, and there is nothing but fields around us. So what do you do? What do you do? But this time it was actually a crosswind, so neither team had any sort of advantage or anything. I mean, you didn't know what was going to happen. At least on that other last week, actually, this was last week Thursday. It was blowing across, so here's our team, here's here, and there's the net, and so the wind would be blowing this way. So this team would have to kind of underpower their ball to get over, and ours would have to overpower it to get over. Where this time it was, here's the net, here's our two teams, right? And it was blowing like across this way. So it didn't really matter. You just had to, if you were on this side, push into the wind as much as possible. Otherwise, your ball just just came right off to the side. So you didn't aim for that line too much because it was going to push. But yeah. So I did mention on one of my previous videos about me not having any tomato paste, and if I didn't mention it, I didn't have any tomato paste the other day, and so I finally got some, and I made some delicious homemade pizza sauce out of that. It was great. I made a pizza sub, and it was wonderful. I need more toppings because when you have, let's say the whole sandwich thickness is this much, and the pizza stuff is like this much, what's the fun in that, right? So I need to really pile it up. I mean, bread and filling, just really get that going. To get a little better. You quit going so cheap on it, right? So I'm still watching House of Cards on Netflix. Oh, it's so good. Really enjoying it. But Kevin Spacey is just brilliant. That's the thing. He has always been a phenomenal actor. Loved him in Seven. It's probably one of my favorite movies. I love psychological thrillers, so it's just, it's so good. I love it. So yeah, and if you noticed here, a little bit of, it's a bit nippy. I don't like cold at all, but occasionally when it has been kind of stuffy in here or warm, or just the staleness of air. I mean, I don't leave a lot, so I mean, other than work, right? But otherwise, I mean, I keep this place pretty shut up, and I don't like to open the windows a ton. Or, well, when you live in an apartment and you don't have an outside space, you really don't have any way other than windows opening to kind of get that. It smells like me in here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if anybody else, any of you other guys, any of you viewers if I can get my words to come out. I don't know if you have this issue with where you live, but occasionally, maybe like an old bedroom, like when you were a kid, or maybe you still live at home, which is cool, you know. You get that staleness in the air. It just, smells like yesterday, or smells like 2 days ago. You know, my place just smells like whatever I cooked the last few nights, all mixed together. So we got burgers and pizza and like that. So I do like how the windows open, and it's quite nice indeed. So I will hopefully make a video tomorrow. I hope to. It's the weekend, so I'll have time. But I don't think I should have any problems doing that. So I will get back to you tomorrow, and I'm going to probably go play some StarCraft for a little bit. I'm going to play on the arcade. There's some really neat games out there. Left 4 Dead. If you are a StarCraft player and you play on the arcade, go check that out. Anyways, I will see you next time.